And not one of them has left. This is a spectacle. I cannot remember a time when somebody retired from the game, somebody's finished with the game. It's now been well over half an hour, 40 minutes since the game ended. Not one person has left. I can promise you, if you had a ticket today and you didn't come, you have no idea what you missed. Do stay away, photographers, do stay away. To me, one of the greatest aspects of Tendulkar's cricket. It's been a wonderful journey to have seen him from the time he was 14, 15 years old. It's just been the enormous dignity with which he's carried himself. Tendulkar's the master of the game, make no mistake about it. He's always looked upon the game as a servant. And to a lot of people in India, I remember Anjali asking me, why is all this happening? Why all this outpouring? And I think to a lot of people who wanted to look up to someone with hope in dark times, the parallel with Bradman is often drawn. What Bradman meant to the world after the horrors of the Second World War. I think a lot of people looked up to Tendulkar. And I often said in difficult times, when Tendulkar got 100, India slept well. Because much like in the movies, he allowed India to forget its misery for a while, its difficult times for a while, and glory in the fact that an Indian could be the best in the world at what he did. And I think from 91, 92, when India were coming out of troubled economic times and were starting to find their place in the world, just realizing that they could be as good as anybody else in the world, I think Tendulkar was a symbol of what India could be. There they go again. It was the 2nd of April 2011, but there's a difference. On the 2nd of April 2011, the captain stood back and let Tendulkar have his moment. It was one of the great moments in Indian cricket, and the captain knew it was Tendulkar's moment. You never saw Dhoni anywhere there. Just stayed in the background. Now he's come out to carry Tendulkar on the shoulders. I think it was Virat Kohli's lines that day. Said he's carried Indian cricket on his shoulders for 21 years. It's time we now carried him. And I think that's what they're doing. A lot of you might be watching this telecast outside of India and you're wondering what the fuss is all about. I think this is an indicator of what one man meant to a nation. With Tendulkar, it wasn't just cricket. And I think this is just a wonderful, spontaneous outpouring from the city of his birth and the city that gave him his recognition. He's coming down now underneath where we are. For a lot of people who've seen him bat in international cricket for 24 years too. Some of us have been very lucky to have seen that first Test 100 in England. Everyone's going to think back to all those moments. Where were you when Sachin got his first 100? Where were you when Tendulkar played his last Test match? Where were you when India won the World Cup? And I think you'll notice, like he did today, that he's never put himself above the side. He's been a good man, Tendulkar, apart from being a great cricketer. That's the reason they all waited. They knew that Tendulkar would not disappoint them on the final lap of honour. In about 200 metres, he'll get off and go in. And I think it'll sink in